Ladies and gents, welcome to the channel. Mantic Productions here. Today we're on the ground in a very rainy and cloudy Dublin. This is Dublin International Airport. We've got some clouds coming and going, some rain squalls, rain banks coming and going here. If I just take us off of the showcase camera, you can see things are now starting to just about clear up a little bit. Yes, no, maybe so. It comes and goes. Yeah. Looks like we might be getting somewhere. Anyway, here we are in the Justflight Piper Arrow 4, the turbo version, with the top tail on the back. And we're going to be taking this IFR across to Liverpool. We've got ATC online at both locations, so I thought this evening might be a good time to jump on and refresh myself in small aircraft flying. Let me just show you the routing that we have for us this evening. Here we are in Dublin, and we've got some aircraft on the ground, and we're going to be going outbound to the east. We've got an inbound Ryanair, as you can see on VATSIM. We're going to be going outbound to the east, climbing to, I'm going to say, roughly 6,000 feet, inbound to Anglesey, and then continuing east up to Wolsey, which is somewhere that we flew recently. We flew the Arrow, the non-turbo version, I believe, in and around Liverpool. So we're going to be coming into Liverpool, IFR in the Arrow, and we're going to see what they're going to do with us there. We'll look at some approach plates and see what we could potentially do. So yeah, that is our plan. Just drag that over there. And here we have Navigraph. You can see we are up on the north side. I tried to tuck myself. I know light aircraft parking is over here to the right. But I just tucked myself up in this corner here. I'm going to probably be taxiing out and then maybe even via the unused runway at the moment along down Sierra and then out. I'm imagining on this active. So we'll see. Yeah, it looks like the rain is just about clearing in time for this next squall to hit us in a few moments. It has cleared, the atmosphere has cleared a little bit, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. Okay, so jumping into the aircraft, let's start getting set up. We're going to be using the checklists here this evening. If I just resize that. Let's go with the interior checklist. Parking brake is set. Gear selection, check that is down. That is indeed down. Avionics are off. Yes, they're all off. Mixture, let's go auto lean. Mags are, let's just hide the yoke. The mags are off, but I believe this was fuel injected, so I don't think that has a click spot for that. So battery switch on. There we go. Battery switch goes on. Fuel quantity, let's check that. We have 50% roughly in both tanks. That should be fine. Annunciator panel, let's check that. I believe that should usually be, there you go. And all of them are on. They work there. And then battery switch, just turn that off. Flaps, free and correct. Let's just double check we have free range of the flaps, which we do. And then elevator trim tab needs to be neutral. There it is, which it is. Okay, pre-flight exterior we're not going to worry about because it doesn't really matter. As long as we have our chocks and our tie downs accurately sorted, we should be okay. Yeah, look at the rain clouds, the effect of the rain clouds. That's cool. So we're going to go to our tablet and we're going to take away the chocks and the tie downs, and we will have a co-pilot, and those things should be fine. Prime fuel flow required. Okay. Let's just turn that down a little bit so it's not too much of a glare. I don't physically have my oh, there he is, but my pilot is not modeled. I think it's probably in my Microsoft options, but anyway. Okay, so that is the external. We're not in an A2A aircraft, so I won't worry with much of a walk around apart from what I've just done, because I know that's not really modeled anyway. So so we will wait one day until we get an A2A aircraft for that. Okay, before engine start, circuit breakers are in. These are modeled, and you can see what it looks like when one of them is out, and you can look along the row and see that they're all in. So alternate air, that needs to be alternate air, I believe, is rapid trim. Alternate air. None of these have click spots, or they don't actually flash. So it's giving me it's giving me a little bit of a not sure where my I don't seem to have any. Oh, there they are. Okay. I was just wondering if I had any tooltips, which I do for gauges, but not for switches. Oh, no, we do. Just saw something flicker there. Anyway, let's go back to our checklist. Alternate air. Let's just do one last little check. I'm on the left tank. Alternate air is usually pitot heat. Hot. I wonder if this checklist is lifted from... I wonder if this checklist is lifted from the non-turbo version. Not... No. Okay, we'll roll without that. Prop RPM needs to be max, which it is. Fuel selector should be on the fullest tank. They're both 50, as we saw, so we'll leave it on the left. Okay, engine start. We're going to go with a cold engine. But first, we are going to tune ATIS. Let's turn on those items there. Let's turn on our items there. COM1. So, and then let's actually turn on our radio lights. And then our panel lights slightly. Ooh, that's a little bit too much. Little bit is fine. Okay, so let's grab ATIS, which is going to be 124.52. Hello, COM1. Leave it on auto. Let's just double check that is our VATSIM. 124, 124.525, 124.525. Do I have my volume up? Oh, I know what it may have been. It may be that I have my volume mixer. No. No, that's strange. Okay, let's pull ATIS from ATIS details. Okay, let's just pull it from VATSIM straight. This is, well, let's do it from vPilot. That's probably a little bit smoother. So. Okay. Information delta. ILS approach runway 10 right. In use, runway 10 for transition level. Transition level is 65. Wind is 150. Degrees 8 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers. Clouds few at 500 feet. Scattered 1400. Broken 6000. Temperature 17. Dew point 16. QNH 1011. No SIG. Advise on initial contact. You have information delta. Okay. Right. So the approach is 121.1. There we go. 121.
Speedbird 42 Delta Bravo, your airborne frequency will be Dublin control on 129.175.
Apologies, say again the frequency.
There we go. So we know at least it's working.
Airborne frequency 129.175.
129.175, thanks. Speedbird 42 Delta Bravo.
42 Delta Bravo on reaching, clear takeoff 108, the wind 1500, bye-bye.
We've lived in flight level 8.
On reaching, clear takeoff, Speedbird 42 Delta Bravo, thanks, bye-bye.
On Air Flight, Tango
Okay.
Delta, Dublin, good evening, identified and hand over, continue to Echo, descent to 3000 feet to QNH 1011.
You can see the Dublin airspace is probably getting a little bit hot. You can see... Can you see myself? Can I see myself? No. Let's refresh. Why can I not see my name in the list? That's strange. Okay. A little bit weird, but okay. Right. So... Oh, yeah, my battery's just died. You can tell that? Yeah, my battery just died. There you go. It came back now. Right, so I need to contact and ask for engine start pretty quick.
Dublin approach, good evening, Shamrock 11 Whiskey Radio Check.
11 Whiskey 5.
So EIWD
So it's 11 Whiskey, stand 316 2320, information Delta, request
IFR Zulu is current time 8, so let's say 1920.
Shamrock 11 Whiskey, you're cleared to Gatwick, Dexon to Echo departure, runway 10 right, initial climb, flight 90, you spoke 6600.
Clear to Gatwick as far as the Dexon to Echo, runway 2, correction 10 right, initial climb is 90, and squawk 6600, Shamrock 1 Whiskey.
11 Whiskey, all correct. Information Delta, the QNH checks 1011, report ready.
Ryanair 175, requesting push and start.
Ryanair 175, push to approved face west.
Push and start, broad face west, Ryanair 175.
Ryanair Flight Tango Delta, Nickel, right sap, cleared Alice, approach 108, report established locals.
Nickel, right up and clear for the localised overall co-established, Ryanair 5 Tango Delta.
Okay.
Approach is Ryanair 50 Quebec Victor, requesting push and start.
Ryanair 50 Quebec Victor, push to approved face west.
So, Dublin Control, Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo with information Delta, QNH 1011, requesting IFR clearance is filed. That's basically what I want to say. Dublin Radar, good evening. Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo, radio check.
Golf Lima India Fox Romeo, Dublin good evening, reduce strength 5.
Thanks, Dublin. Golf Foxtrot Romeo requesting IFR clearance as filed. Information Delta QNH 1011. Aircraft type is a Piper Arrow 4.
Golf Fox Romeo Dublin, yeah, so a copy. Just reviewing the flight plan. Just confirm after departure you want to track to Valley, VR, and then on to Wallasey. I'll give you a direct to Wallasey after departure unless you want to transit Valley.
As per the flight plan would work, if that's okay with you. Golf Foxtrot Romeo.
Golf Fox Romeo, yeah, it's no problem. You're clear to Liverpool. It'll be runway 10 right for departure. After departure, track straight ahead, extended runway centre line to 5,000 feet, and your squawk 6661.
Takeoff runway 10 right, extended runway centre line up to 5,000 feet, squawk 6661 for Golf Foxtrot Romeo.
Golf Fox Romeo, all correct. When we are ready, your startup is approved. The QNH is 1011.
Startup approved, QNH 1011, will call for taxi, Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Sweet, we have engine start. Right, let's do engine start now, guys. So, with a cold engine, full throttle, half travel. So let's go. Don't know exactly what half travel means, but we're going to go up to about there. Battery switch is on. Alternator is on. Beacon. Let's get the beacon on. Let's get the pitot heat at the same time. I'm pretty sure beacon is meant by anti-collision light. Nav lights. Yeah, well.
Dublin approach, Shamrock 1 Whiskey, Stanford 316, wish push back and start.
Fuel pump on low. Or
One
use
whiskey,
primal
push start,
button.
approved, QNH
Mixture
remains
rich until
1011.
fuel flow peaks.
Approved 1011, many
Let's
thanks.
go to my fuel flow.
On air, Tango Delta established 10
There you
right.
go.
5 Tango Delta, the surface wind checks 150 degrees, 8 knots, you're clear to land.
So
Runway 10
ignition, propeller is clear.
Winds and clear to land, 10
Oh,
right.
look at the clouds. Ignition start.
Leaving approach EZ2 for X-ray with you direct Oslex. We're through flight level 980.
EZ24 X-ray Dublin, good evening, identified on handover. Continue to Oslex, descent to 3,000 feet to QNH Dublin 1011.
Direct Oslex and QNH 1011. EZ2 for X-ray.
Yeah, firm. Descent to 3,000 feet.
Done 3,000 feet.
So just lean for
EZ2
ground
for X-ray.
operations and bring in the RPM. Trying to bring the RPM down to about 1,500. Oh, 1,400. And my throttle quadrant is screwed. So I'm going to have to save up for a new throttle quadrant. So oil pressure, we need to check that, which you should have done straight away, which is in the green. Good. Oil temp is coming up. Amps look okay. Fuels look okay. Fuel pressure's in the green. And that always flashes. I don't exactly know why, but there we go. We are ready for taxi. Let's get the taxi light on. Or the landing light. And we shouldn't have the strobe on.
Runner 50 Quebec Victor, taxi link 4, Mike 1, hold at Mike 1.
But then
Yes, over that's link for hold at Mike 1. Or,
we got the landing light
50
on.
Quebec Victor.
We got the collision light off and the pitot heat on. I'm not 100% sure on the... Oh, that's a bit much. Okay, I think I think that's good. Things are okay. We're idling okay. Yeah, everything's good.
And Golf Mania Fox Romeo Dublin.
I'll go ahead. Golf Foxtrot Romeo.
Golf Fox Romeo, just change the plan. It's going to be runway 16 for departure for you, but the rest of the clearance remains the same. Runway 16 and it'll be straight ahead to 5,000, and you can expect direct to Valley then with Dublin control.
AFM, runway change 16 for Golf Foxtrot Romeo, copied. Okay, so I can see what he's done. He's basically given me a runway that has is more direct into the wind. So that means a shorter taxi as well. He's probably going to give me this taxi.
Runner 50 Quebec Victor, Mike 1, cross 1634, then Whiskey 2, Sierra, holding point 07.
This is a competent controller, which
Yeah,
is
so
always
that's,
lovely to hear.
Cross runway 16.
Parking, let's go
Sierra 7,
this
for
one here.
50
So he's
Quebec
probably going to
Victor.
give me November. That's what I would do. He'd give me Zulu, Yankee,
EZ24
November.
X-ray, Oslex,
Link
right, Sam,
6.
cleared, ILS approach, runway 10 right, report established local.
After Oslex cleared for the localizer 10 right, and we'll report when established. Thanks so much, GT2 for X-ray.
And Golf Foxtrot Romeo ready for push and taxi.
Golf Fox Romeo, when ready, you can taxi. Can you take a departure from Papa 1?
Affirm.
Okay, you can taxi then via Charlie, Foxtrot Outer, Papa 1, and you can line up runway 16 at Papa 1.
That's taxi for holding point Papa 1 via Charlie, Foxtrot Outer, and Papa 1 of Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Okay.
Right now,
So he's given me
175, taxi straight ahead, link 5, Papa 1.
I don't see Charlie,
175 at Papa 1, cross
but
1634,
from where I
then
am,
be
I
Whiskey 3, Whiskey
Alpha
2, Sierra,
Zulu
holding point
Whiskey,
07.
and then Foxtrot.
Then on to Whiskey, cross runways on to Whiskey 3, Whiskey 2, Sierra 07, right now 175.
I do not see Charlie. What is he saying?
When our flight Tango Delta, vacate left Sierra 2, then straight ahead Whiskey 1, hold short 1634.
Left Sierra 2 and hold short 163. Ryanair 17.
When Air 50 Quebec Victor, your airborne frequency will be Dublin Control 129175.
Yeah, that's David, that's 129.175.
When Air 50 Quebec Victor, on reaching, you're clear to enter, line up, takeoff.
Oh, I
10
see.
right, the wind
There's a
check
Charlie in the middle
150
there.
degrees
Okay,
08.
Charlie. I just wasn't seeing it. Foxtrot. It's hard to it's hard to see here.
Shamrock 1 Whiskey, request taxi.
But I'm imagining he's got Foxtrot Alta.
Shamrock
Okay.
11 Whiskey, taxi,
One.
link 2,
Right.
right turn, Fox 2, Fox 3, Mike 1, hold at Mike 1.
Link 2, right, and Fox 2, Fox 3, hold Mike 1, Shamrock 1 Whiskey.
Runner 5 Tango Delta, you can cross straight ahead now, 1634, then it'll be Hotel 1, link 4, your stand 125.
I was going to be really.
34, Hotel 1, link 4, what's the stand up?
Straight ahead all the way to stand 125.
Nice.
Let's say it's 125, Ryanair Park Tango Delta.
So he's saying the middle taxiway line. Oh my goodness. There you go, there's Charlie. That's incredibly complex. Look at this. Okay, taxi checklist. Landing light as required. Avionics are on. Radios are set. Transponder is set. Altimeters, check. Double checked. Heading indicator is 16. Set. Taxi area is clear. Parking brake is released and brakes test on initial roll, which they are tested. Flight instrumentation check for correct indication. Ground check. Okay, we will do one of these at the hold. If needed.
And approach EG2 for X-ray for established 10 right.
Easy 24 X-ray, the wind checks 150 degrees 08 knots, clear land 10.
Clear to land 10 right, EG2 for X-ray.
Okay, Okay, and then we join. We go all the way to the end and then on to the outer.
Shamrock 1-1 Whiskey at Mike 1, you can cross runway 1634, then it'll be Whiskey 2 Sierra holding point 07.
And Mike 1, we can cross runway 034, Whiskey 2 Sierra, hold Sierra 7, Shamrock 1 Whiskey.
There's an aircraft there. There's Foxtrot Outer. There we go. And then what we're looking for is Papa 1 on the right hand side, which is Papa 1, next turning on the right. Okay, we're going to have to get ready for the before takeoff checklist. I'm actually going to skip the ground test. Battery switch is on.
Alternator
on.
Strobes. 1,
Strobes.
2, 3 information. Delta, Boeing 737, request clearance.
Just wait for...
Ryanair 1 Delta Mike, Dublin, good evening, you're clear to Amsterdam. It'll be a Liffey 2 Echo departure, runway 10 right, initial climb, flight level 90, your squawk 6653.
Clear to Amsterdam, Liffey 2 Echo departure, runway 10 right, initial climb, flight level 90, squawk 6653, Ryanair 1 Delta Mike.
1 Delta Mike, all correct. Information, Delta checks, QNH 1011, report ready.
1011 will call when ready, Ryanair 1 Delta Mike.
Okay, we're just going to hold before the instrument hold line. No runway incursions this evening, thank you very much. Okay. Actually, let's just look at that ground check. Mixture, rich, throttle, max RPM. Let's set 2000 on the RPM. That's not...
Fine, if I take a day, well, thanks very much for your service. See you soon, Bob.
Flight Tanker Delta, your plan closed on the hour, 1900. Talk to you again, good day.
Bye.
Okay, let's do a check.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, you can line up runway 16. Just have 2 departures to get out, and I'll get you out then after.
Thanks, just doing a mag check on Papa 1 will be just a few minutes. Golf Foxtrot Romeo.
Golf Fox Romeo, no worries, when your checks are complete, you can line up 16. Ryanair 175, your airborne frequency will be Dublin Control 129175.
Vacuum gauge checked. Checked.
175, to be advised, your background noise is louder than your voice, so just double check that, and you can line up runway 10 right. It sounds like background noise or interference.
Okay.
Easy 24 X-ray, taxi straight ahead, Whiskey 1, hold short, runway 1634.
Okay.
Straight ahead, Whiskey 1, hold short, runway 1634. Thanks very much, Easy 24 X-ray.
Strobe lights, landing lights on. Aux boost pump is off. Fuel selector is on fullest tank. Engine gauges. Let's just come on to the runway properly. Engine gauges checked. Mixture, rich, prop, max RPM, trim set. And cabin doors closed and latched. Golf Foxtrot Romeo holding runway 16.
Golf Fox Romeo, Dublin Roger, just continue holding at 2 departures, get out.
Affirm, Golf Foxtrot Romeo.
Ryanair 175, the surface wind 150 degrees 08.
Okay.
Airborne 129175, away.
Okay, he is gonna take off across. I'm going to tune my VOR, which is
Shamrock 1-1 Whiskey, your airborne frequency will be Dublin Control
1089.
129175.
Airborne frequency 129175, 1 Whiskey.
1-1 Whiskey, after departing Ryanair 737, Sierra 7, line up from wait runway 10 right behind.
And we're going to need...
After the departing Ryanair 737, line up from right behind at Sierra 7, behind
103.
Shamrock 1 Whiskey.
so. 103 is set. I like how that's slaved the ADF. The ADI is slaved to nav1. That's an update. And the nav1 beacon is on, although I haven't seen the radial needle move.
Easy 24 X-ray, cross runway 1634, then Hotel 1, link 4, your stand 203.
Okay, clear to cross runway 1634, and then could you say the instructions after that, please?
Yep, stand 203.
Via Lincoln and stand 203, easy 24 X-ray, thanks.
Oh, did I set? No, I set 1089. Are we picking it up? We're not picking it up yet, but we will. Let's turn on the ADF. So there's a aircraft taxiing, but I know there's going to be a takeoff. It's probably him down there. No. He's going to be even further down there somewhere through the trees. Beautifully atmospheric. And also, just a double quick note while I have the time is that I'm going over to Dublin Control on 129.17 after this. And I'm going up to 5,000 feet holding runway.
Shamrock 11 Whiskey Airborne, Dublin 129175, clear takeoff 108, wind 15008, bye.
Airborne frequency 129.175, clear takeoff 10 right. Shamrock 1 Whiskey, many thanks, bye.
Okay, that's the guy taking off right now. He's going to take off from my right to my left. And then it's probably my turn.
1 Delta Mike, push down approved, face west.
Push down facing west, Rhino 1 Delta Mike.
Still don't see a radial, but then because I'm on the taxiway and the VORs...
And Golf Foxtrot Romeo, just for information, your airborne frequency will be Dublin Control 129175.
When airborne 129.17, Golf Foxtrot Romeo, thanks. He's competent. I'll give him that. Ah, there we go. There's that rotation. There she goes. Do we see the gear go up? Yes, there's the gear up. Ah, look at the evening sky. This is the new Sim Update 5, I think, is creating a little bit more realistic cloud colors and cloud lightness and darkness in evening time, which I think is an improvement I've seen since flying it this time of day before. So I'm happy. I am happy. All is good, all is good, all is good, all is good. I've got the aircraft.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, after departure, track straight ahead 5000, clear takeoff 16, surface wind is 150 degrees 08 knots, boy.
Clear takeoff runway 16, straight out and climb to 5,000, Golf Foxtrot Romeo, thanks. Okay, so there's our takeoff clearance. Takeoff, parking brake release, throttle set for takeoff, rudder, maintain axis, speed indicator, check that it's working, rotate at 70, climb at 79. Copy. Parking brake off. And let's smoothly increase that manifold pressure up to, and not including our firewall, which is 40 inches right there. And oh crap. Oh crap. Yeah. And there's the 50, that's the 50 knots slew across the runway that we've come to know and love in Microsoft Flight Simulator so far. And we are already supposed to be up, and that, even though we had a headwind down. That was the most atrocious flying I have ever done in my life. There's trim. Okay, the light is out. Gear is up. And I didn't really need any... I have so much power in this turbo, I didn't need any flaps at all. So I'm actually going to come back to 35 inches manifold because it's just being ridiculous, and 2400 RPM. Like so. And we will get tossed around by the wind, I'm sure. And there is the Dublin. Look at that beauty.
Runway 1 Delta Mike, cross taxi.
1 Delta Mike, straight ahead, link 5, Papa 1, hold short 1634.
Straight ahead, link 5, Papa 1, hold short 1634, line 1 Delta Mike.
Oh. Hello. It's up through 2000.
Air France 155, radio check please.
Air France 155, read you strength please.
Thank you, good evening. Air France 155, Boeing 747 on runway 46, request IFR clearance to Paris Outfile please.
Interestingly, I'm still not getting that nav 1, which is concerning. It should be on VLOC. But for some reason...
Air France 155, apologies, clear to Paris, it'll be a Pesta 2 Echo departure, runway 10 right, initial climb, flight level 90, your squawk is 6672.
I'll work on this once
Sorry,
he's...
can you repeat that please, Air France 155?
Air France 155, yeah, just send it again on text. Pesta 2 Echo departure, runway 10 right, initial climb, flight level 90, squawk 6672.
To Echo departure, runway
Coming up to 3,000 feet now.
6672, flight level 090 departure. Thank you, Air France 155.
155, read back correct. Information Echo, QNH 1011, report ready.
QNH 1011, thank you, Air France 155.
There's heading hold on.
Ryanair 1 Delta Mike, cross 1634, Whiskey 3, Whiskey 2, Sierra, holding point 07.
Give ourselves 10 degrees to the right because of our wind.
Sorry, Whiskey 3, Whiskey 2, Sierra, holding point 07, Ryanair 1 Delta Mike.
Ooh. Oh, ho, ho.
Ryanair 6691, approach, identified and handover, continue on the heading, descent to 3,000
that's
feet,
fine,
QNH 1011.
Oh, look at that. Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Wow. I mean, wow.
Golf Fox Romeo, Dublin.
Go ahead for Foxtrot Romeo.
Yeah, Golf Fox Romeo, airborne was 129175, call Dublin 129175.
Dublin 12917 for Golf Foxtrot Romeo, thanks. 12917. Dublin Control, good evening, Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo with you, climbing through 4,000 feet, just left Dublin from runway 16, requesting further direction.
Golf Lima India Fox Romeo Dublin, good day, just confirm your IFR VFR.
IFR
Golf Fox Romeo, Roger, squawk 6640.
Ah, forgot my squawk. 6640 for Golf Fox Romeo. Um, 6640.
Golf Fox, Lima India Fox Romeo, thanks. You're identified. You can climb to altitude 6,000 feet, Dublin QNH 1011, the transition level is level 65.
Cleared to climb 6,000 feet, Golf Fox Romeo, thanks. And may I turn on to direct heading for Victor Yankee Lima?
Golf Fox Romeo, affirm you're cleared now, direct valley.
Clear direct valley, Golf Fox Romeo, thanks. Okay. Let's turn direct valley, which is actually going to be up this direction now. And I'm just using the trim to climb. And as we're up through 5,000 feet, I'm going to lean the mixture down to about 75% to begin with. That's 5,000 feet, so 6,000 feet is gonna come in. Oh, this is intensely beautiful. Right. The problem is, guys, is that I've chosen a VOR point that it's a DME, but it's not a VOR, which is my issue. But I'm gonna have to just fly outbound. I'm gonna have to fly 1112. Oh, what did I do? The nav. What did I put on nav? My nav should have been 1112. That should have been my nav. I don't know what was going on there. Okay, and that was 103 on the magnetic. What on earth possessed me to put? Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch why I did what I did just there. And we are on QNH 1011 set. And as we get up to, I'm just going to turn on the altitude hold once we get up to 6,000. Which is set. And then we're going to bring our...
Good evening, Dublin Centre. Oh, good evening, Dublin Centre, Skyways 2282 with you. Flight level 240, just left Laldo for landback.
Skyways 2282 Dublin, good day, identified, bags 01 Romeo, landing runway 10 right. When ready, descend to flight level 150.
So we knew...
The bags 01 Romeo for 10 right.
We knew that my original... radial, my outbound radial from Dublin was magnetic of 103, which it is set, and the run track was 63 nautical miles, which why on earth I tuned 1089 consistently on both. I do thoroughly apologize, but if I hit 11.2. 14 nautical miles. So once that reads 63, when we're on the proper radial, we'll know that we're overhead Anglesey and ready for our next turn into Wolsey. So yeah.
So good evening, Ryanair 1 Delta, Mike passing 1,500.
Ryanair 1 Delta Mike.
Now we are in cruise. Cruise climb. Let's go cruise. Throttle max of 75%, which it is. We're actually 30 inches manifold, which is fine. We're cruising at 160, which is actually pretty quick, so that's fine. Prop is as required. Mixture lean for altitude. Elevator trim set. Aux pump low if required. I don't feel we are required any more fuel pressure than we already have. Fuel tank selector, switch tanks periodically. Do I have the... I do have the auto fuel selector turned on, and we're now going into rainy environment here. What is the temperature? one may ask? Well above 0 degrees Celsius, so I feel happy.
1307 knots.
And let's turn off the landing light as well. We have our pitot heat on, and it's significantly above 10 degrees Celsius. Actually, no, we're under 10 degrees Celsius, but, you know, we're definitely not in freezing conditions here, so I'm happy. Right, and then once we find this radial, we will get on that. If I drag across my my little nav map, you can see the runway. Because this thing is so ridiculously fast, we covered quite a distance before he gave us that handoff to ATC and that left-hand turn. He told us to track to Valet. So yeah, there we go. Just double checking manifold, RPMs look okay. Maybe a tad more on the RPM. That's good. Hold that at 2400. And that's all looking good. Heading hold is on, but we will come on to the radial soon, and then we will go to nav instead of heading.
Ryanair 6691, roger. Ryanair 6691, you can turn left now, heading of 360 degrees, stock climb altitude 3000 feet.
We are thundering along. Well, actually, we've come down to 140. 140 ground speed. It's showing me on...
It's heading 360.
We'll have a look in cruise at our Garmin 100 as well.
Air France 155, runway 10 right and west.
Okay, let's turn on to that.
Thank you.
Turn off heading hold and let the aircraft use the nav functionality.
Skyways 2282, clear direct Neco.
And then direct to Neco, Skyways 2282.
Oh, look at that. I was going to do this flight this evening in the DC-6, but then I felt it's just probably nicer just to fly this. It's been a while since I've flown this. Okay, so now we're in cruise. Let's just go to, let's see. We have no flight plan listed, but the ground speed is showing is of 133.
Shamrock 466, good evening, readability.
So that's the ground speed there is 147. And the aircraft seems to just be waltzing around on the radial there for a little bit, as it normally does. Beautiful. Right, while we're doing this, let's just have a look at Liverpool while we have the chance.
Runner 6691, turn left heading 275.
While we do that, let's just pull up. He might give me Unicom fairly soon.
Runner 1 Delta Mike, London is offline. Continue Unicom now 122 decimal 8. Enjoy the flight, bye bye.
Unicom Ryanair 1 Delta Mike, good night.
Doesn't look.
Skyways 2282, descend to flight level 8.
Doesn't look like he's going to give me
0 for Skyways 2282.
any stars. No, I'm going to come direct
France 155
into
to surface wind
Wolsey.
130 degrees 7 knots, runway 10 right, clear takeoff.
The approach is probably going to be 19er. Yeah. He might give me radar vectors from before I even hit Wolsey onto the ILS. So I hope that's what he's going to do. Okay, so just looking at my situation here, I have my outbound radial. I can see my outbound radial is slightly to the south of the actual track. So by the time I get 63 nautical miles and I start looking to pick up Wolsey, I will then just go direct inbound Wolsey, and I might end up slightly south of Valley. But that's something that I'm just going to have to deal with because the VOR is pretty much on the same line there as the GPS track there on little nav map, but still there is this magnetic discrepancy, I believe, which is just a bit weird. And even though I have my map, even though my map is a globe, is a curved map surface, I'm still getting radial discrepancies based that are different from these lines, which is a bit weird. When I dial in a VOR radial that's 103 and it says 103, you can see the aircraft is actually offset, which is just a bit weird. Anyway, let's just put that back on my second screen. Ah, there it is. Okay, so all looks good. Let's just double check everything again. Oil temp is good, oil pressure is good, amps are very good, fuel is alright, fuel pressure is good, manifold pressure is good, fuel flow looks to be okay, it's within the 75% range, RPM is good, BAT, alt, landing lights off, anti-collisions, pitot heats on, squawk is good, on, out. He's going to give me Unicom soon, and I'm going to go over to a different VOR when I'm up to 64. 64? No, 63 nautical miles. In 63 nautical miles, I will then tune Wolsey.
Shamrock 466, your airborne frequency 129er.175. 129.175, Shamrock 466. Shamrock 466, correct.
This is pretty cool. Look at this, just the lighting, the shafts of light and everything looks really cool. Okay guys, I could easily make a cut in the video and come back when I'm 63 nautical miles. I could do that, or I could just not do that. It shouldn't be too long, to be fair. I am thundering along at 135 knots. I could throw on an extra 5 inches of manifold and be there quicker, which I think I will do actually.
Got a climb cleared?
Right, let's go 35 inches manifold. And let's see what that does to my ground speed.
Sorry, I didn't copy that response there from 455.
That's copied.
Ryanair 6691, turn left heading 180 for base.
Oh, look at that. Amazing.
Skyways 2282, contact approach 121.1, bye-bye.
Going to approach on 121.1, back to the service, Skyways 2282.
Blue sky. We
Golf
even
Lima, India, Romeo, Dublin, London is offline. Continue Unicom for the moment, 1228, bye-bye.
over to Unicom. Thanks. Good evening, Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Alright, that's Unicom set. And, whoa. Whoa. Whoa! So amazing I'm actually capturing this. Ah! Ah! And away we go in again. That's so cool. This is one of the things I love about Microsoft Flight Simulator. The visuals are just, they just always stun me. Always. And we're now up at 150 knots ground speed, so that's good. Thought I'd give you my frames up in the top right hand corner of the screen as well on this recording. So just double check those. We are using the auto fuel selector, yeah. Interesting. .1 nautical miles, another 20 nautical miles, and we should then be good to make our turn. There you go. Turn off our pad. And you can see the lighting looks pretty cool. These are pretty cool conditions to be flying in. I really haven't flown in conditions quite like this before. And just the visuals and the immersion is really, really beautiful. And I could do this on P3D version 5, but you know, and with much more complex GA aircraft, which I will be flying again soon. I haven't completely forgotten all about A2A simulations. We'll be flying them again soon. The visuals just don't surprise you and catch you out like a giddy little schoolboy like it does in this sim platform. The lack of study level aircraft, though, does not catch you out as if you're a giddy little schoolboy, though, unfortunately. So, oh, just skimming through the backside of a cloud now. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Just beautiful, the colors. Okay, 48 nautical miles, which is about 12 to 15 nautical miles to go before we pick up our next VOR, which is Wolsey, and Wolsey is 114.1. So why don't we put that nav2 now, 114.1, and see if nav2, yep, nav2 actually captures that now. So that's a magnetic course of 81. So once we see that once we see the bottom of that needle hit the arrow, we know we're pretty much on the line. Okay, and there is my nav or GPS mode switch, which is switched to nav, which is always good to see. and we're going outbound from our Dublin International Airport VOR. Just everything you look at looks amazing. Wow. Oh. So 53.7. So another 10 nautical miles now, and we're almost on the radial. Oh, it's just like, I love, look at the oranges and then the reds. I mean, the spectrum of colors here we're getting are just stunning. Wow. Wow. Alright, my speed is up to 160 knots. And holding very nicely. Let's just double check everything. Yep. Oil temps, oil pressures, excuse me. Fuel pressure, again, very good. All looking good. Okay, we're almost on bound on that. So what we're going to do, we're going to come back to heading hold. Oh, he says. Like so. While we go 114.1. And then let's set 81. So 81 set, and let's go back to nav. Okay, and the aircraft should begin turning to the left. And we're on 60 nautical miles. So about 3 nautical miles to the 11 o'clock position of us is where we want to be. Just make sure that we're double checked we still did what we wanted. We should start seeing that turn happen soon, if what we've done is right. It's not really working, is it? Hang on, let me just try that again. Ah, there we go. Okay, I just flicked that heading on and off again, and it seems to have started to work. Although it's not really working as I would have liked. Now we're counting inbound from 63.8 nautical miles. Yeah, I don't seem to be seeing what I want. But maybe it is just taking its sweet time. Yeah. Okay, and while doing that, on Anglesey here, we're roughly 63 nautical miles away from Liverpool. So let's just go and have a look at VATSIM and see if Liverpool ATC has gone offline. No, we're still there. There's us. Liverpool ATC or Liverpool approach is 119.85. And at 119.85, let's just find a new spot on this envelope that I'm scribbling on. Okay, we need to then start getting set up for our approach. Yeah, there you go. See, the aircraft is reacquiring that new radial. That's fine. 147 ground knot. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so now going inbound on 81, heading 081, inbound to Wolsey. I've tuned at 119.85, which is the approach 119.85, Darren Hill. So, and then the backup, the one after that for the tower is 126.35 on tower. And then, do we have ground as well? Oh yeah, ground is 121.95. And that means that we will also need... Oh, hello. What is my... Okay, I'm going back on heading hold, guys, because that's... What? What do you think you're doing? Get back there. What? Okay. Autopilot off. What on earth was that? I'm sorry. What on earth? I do not know. That was quite shocking. Shocking behavior. Bad Justflight. Bad Justflight. Very bad. No. We're not happy with you. Right. Let's get this aircraft reset. Why are we climbing when... Okay, that's what I wanted. Okay, heading hold goes off. What I want is nav hold. And I want to descend, not climb. Getting a few snatches of visual through to the ground there. Right, we're in gentle downward slope. There's the moon. Look at that. 167 knots. Almost amber lining, but we're okay. Beautiful. It wouldn't be a proper Mantok Productions video without some sort of catastrophe or almost catastrophe in the air, so you know, you've got it all this evening, folks. Okay. Actually, I will actually start using heading hold if this nav still isn't playing ball. Okay, that's about there. Let's turn onto our radial now. We'll begin to. Just like so. And hold that heading. I'm just still flying manually here. Still just descending ever so slightly. So we're flying over Anglesey at the moment, and we're looking at Wales off to the right hand side, the Welsh coast. Just on the edge of our speed envelope here, but we're now down at 6,000 feet. So we're able to, let's just level out. Now that we're trimmed straight and level, let's engage the autopilot once more. Like so. And he engages. Let's just trim and then engage altitude hold, as that's what we want. Ready, set, go. Whoa, careful. Don't get too crazy now. Stabilize. Good Justflight. Good Justflight, yes. There we go. Right. We're back where we were. With a beautiful sunset. I mean, every sunset in Microsoft Flight Simulator is beautiful. How can it not be? I mean, look at that. Got the moon and everything. Not sure what the kind of cotton candy effect is there, but you know, got some darker looking clouds to get through here. But now 80 nautical miles. Oh, hello. Yes, okay, we are going inbound. Wait. Oh, yes, sorry, 14.1. That's what we wanted. Now we're going inbound. 33 nautical miles to Wolsey. And why is... Okay, I'm just going to go heading hold for the rest of this, because it's just getting a bit weird. I mean, that kind of radial deviation is... It might be accurate, but I would like to be more accurate than the autopilot is being right now, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's just reiterate. Let's just double check all of our frequencies, because I don't want to get ahead of myself here, or behind myself, which is equally as difficult and dangerous. So, approach and departure. Liverpool approach is 119.85, which is what I have set in COM 1. So let's just double check on VATSIM if he is still alive. Yeah, he is. So we have an A320 way above us, in front of us. That's fine. And the reason why we can't hear Liverpool approach right now is that he's got no one to talk to, so that's fine. We will be inbound him fairly soon. Yeah, great. Cool. Okay. Right, let's just reset. Let's get back on this VOR now, on this radial. And we'll have a nice night approach into Liverpool. Just bring it a tad more to the right hand side. And we have drifted upwards a little bit. So let's just take off. Let's just bring off the altitude hold and just tweak the rudder, not the rudder, sorry. I'm just manipulating the trim ever so slightly to bring the nose down and just bring us back to that 6,000. Just double check the QNH. As we bring that down, I want to be on a nice, we're getting into a bit of turbulence here, I can feel, but let's just not go too overboard. And there is our altitude hold. And we're coming back on radial. All is good with the world. Okay. Beautiful. I'll fly into Dublin with the DC-6 whenever the weather is a little bit better and the visibility is as well. I'm also looking forward to the Airplane Heaven DC-3, which should be out soon for Microsoft Flight Simulator. From what I understand of Airplane Heaven in the past, we haven't really seen anything amazing in terms of systems modeling and any kind of study level thing or standard, but the visuals are good, and let's see what they come up with for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I can see my manifold still 35. Okay, so let's start thinking about my descent checklist. Power is desired, mixture lean for altitude, elevator trim set, altimeter is checked. Okay. Okay, coming in on that radial still. Or give it a little bit more, and then we'll turn direct 081. Liverpool radar, good evening. Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo with you, 6,000 feet.
Golf India Foxtrot Romeo Liverpool radar, hello, it's vectoring ILS approach runway 27, just confirm where you direct currently.
Sorry, say that last bit again, for Golf Foxtrot Romeo.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, just confirm where you are direct to currently.
Direct to Wolsey, currently Golf Foxtrot Romeo.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, roger, continue inbound Wallasey.
Continue inbound Wolsey, Golf Foxtrot Romeo. There we go. We overshot that ever so slightly, but it's alright, we're pretty much there. Okay, so he said inbound runway 27 for runway 27, so let's look at what we have. So obviously the wind on the ground has changed, so he's going to give us direct ILS. This is a Cat 2 or a Cat 3, so he'll probably from Wolsey give us radar vectors down and onto the ILS, which is 111.75 with a localizer of 266. And we'll want to be at 2,000 feet at least for the end of that ILS. So let's keep that prepped and ready. and then whenever we touch down on the ground, we'll then go over to the taxi plate there. Okay. So this is pretty much all him at this point. He will be giving us. Directions in the dark. And the cloud base has kind of petered out. Actually, the heavy cloud that we experienced coming across the North Sea, the English Channel, not the English Channel. That's the North Sea at this point. Has kind of given way for a kind of sunset cloud layer. There is a little bit maybe of a higher cloud further on, but it's not too bad. Beautiful, just beautiful, as always. Let's do a fuel check. Fuel check looks to be good. 10 gallons, about 15 gallons on each side. Oil temps still look good. Oil pressure looks good. And the manifold, again, rock solid, exactly where we left it. Fuel flow, exactly where we left it. All looks good. 12.6 nautical miles inbound to our Wolsey VOR. Let's just make sure that we stay on that. Like so. Yeah, so he's going to be giving us vectors inbound, and then the tower is 126.35, which we will change to when we are established. This is nice. We get a radar. Oh crap! We get a radar. We get that's 16 knots of crosswind all of a sudden. Wow! Was not expecting that. That's a bit of a Microsoft Flight Simulator weather update, probably. That wasn't particularly smooth, now was it? Oh well. Let's just make sure that we maintain that that radial. It's pretty easy to maintain that radial on the with the heading hold. Yeah, look at that. We've dropped about 90 feet with that weather change that happened just then, and it smacked in from 6 knots of tailwind to 15 to 16 knots sidewind, all in one go. Everything still looks okay though. So roughly 160 knot ground speed.
Oh, Foxtrot Romeo, leave Wallasey heading 090 degrees.
Leave Wallasey heading 090 degrees. Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Okay, so he's given me my first vector, which is actually I am already 090 basically. Except we have enough of a sidewind now that in heading 091 I'm actually flying 081. Well, my true direction is 081 off to the left. So we'll just whack in 101 actually, so that we know we're flying roughly 090. All right. Love the colors still. Just double check VATSIM just one last time before we get stuck in. Okay, all looks good. We have a clear scope. Would be nice to have a bit of traffic to liven things up, but you know, at least we have ATC. At least we have ATC. Let's just double check where we are with our yep, so power is desired, lean for altitude, and then the approach plate, let's just leave it, actually let's leave it there. Okay. Oh, is that some city lights coming up through the clouds? Potentially. That glow just there ahead of us. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like it could be. No other reason why we should have a glow coming up through the clouds. So, okay, so there is 2.5 nautical miles. Okay, so let's go. Let's continue holding that. Let's actually go 9.6. How's that? That should be a kind of middle ground there for both of us. Okay, so now we are on. Now we're going on. Sorry, now we're on heading hold. Let's go and bring up 111.75. For our, and then that is a magnetic heading of 266. Set 266 set, and we just do what he says now. And at some point, I'd really like to slow down, but you know, I love how the city lights light up the underside of the cloud like that. Look at that, how it kind of, you can see the shape of the cloud in the dark.
Roll Foxtrot Romeo, range is 24 miles, descent to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1015.
Roughly 20 nautical miles out, descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1015, Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Let's bring off. Let's bring off the altitude hold and begin descent. Not descend too crazy. And goodbye visibility. We're probably going to be in 100% IMC until short final. Knowing the way these clouds are looking. Let's try and maintain about 1,000 feet per minute of descent rate without being jostled around inside the clouds. There we go, there's 5,000, 1,000 feet to go. $750 is okay. Just go back to 090 now. I think we're close enough to the airport that I don't want to.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, turn left by 5 degrees, descend to altitude 2,000 feet.
Turn left 5 degrees, down to 2,000 feet, Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Okay, yeah, that left hand change I made was exactly from 9.6 to 9.0 is exactly what he asked for a few moments later. So I'm not going to make a change as I already did, and the QNH is 1015. So let's set that. Set that on standby as well. You can see some lights down there. So we're now down to 2,000 feet. And we need to remember tower is 126.35. So we need to be able to change that quickly and efficiently. And now what I'm going to do is, just to save me from having extra things to do, let's begin the approach checklist. Landing light on. Fuel selector should be on fullest tank. Both are fullest tank is actually left tank, so I'm going to leave it there. Aux boost pump should be on. Mixture should be rich. I won't go on max RPM until short final. Parking brake released, etc. Okay, there is my landing light, as you can see. I'm coming down through the foggy haze. Nice, you can see my glide slope is now going to be coming up towards me. And we're set. We're set, ladies and gents, for a very nice, smooth, quiet inbound approach, which is going to be fun. So coming down through 3,400 feet to 2,000. On 119.85, and too bad we don't have standby, like COM1 standby, that I can just flip from standby to active, but that's just the excuse me, that's just the beauty of flying an aircraft like this, a steam gauge aircraft with no Garmin GPS that has that functionality inbuilt. See, those red lights over there is probably going to be the airport, or actually, no, I think the airport's a bit further back than that. There's the moon trying to make its way through the night clouds. 3,000 feet, just coming up, 1,000 feet to go. Continuing to descend. And I know sometime soon he's going to give me turn right heading 180. So let's preemptively get my feet on the rudder pedals and get ready for that. And yeah, you can see us there. I am going to go now to the taxi chart. Zoom in, because we're going to be landing in this direction, probably vacating Echo, and then taxiing Alpha to Kilo. So we're coming overhead Warrington here, which is just north of the ILS approach.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, turn right heading 180 degrees, base leg.
Turn right heading 180 degrees, Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Ooh. Okay. Right, and in doing so, I want to slow down at the same time. And we need to stop that from happening. Okay, I'm just going to go manual now. It's going to just make it a bit easier for me to just be able to control this beast with my own fingertips than fiddle around with these silly little gauges in the dark. Alright, there is 180, and coming down to 2,000 feet. Let's just bring my throttle out still. There's the runway. See it there, and I can see some bridges there off to my 2 o'clock. And there's 2,000 feet. And there is also 110 knots indicated.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, turn right heading 230 degrees. You cleared our left approach, runway 27.
Turn right heading 230 degrees, and cleared ILS 27, Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Okay, let's make a coordinated turn there. And let's go max RPM. There is 2-1. There is 2-2. And there is 2-3. Okay. So he's going to give me tower frequency, which is 126.35, and I'm going to have to go manually over to do that with my cursor.
Sunset 324, not sure if I'm in your airspace yet, but I'm in frequency.
Sunset 324 in Liverpool radar, yeah, I'm going to call you in about 60 odd miles.
Okay, there's the localizer.
No worries.
So I'm going to turn on to localizer now. Trying not to lose that 2,000 feet. Golf Foxtrot Romeo established 27.
Golf Fox Romeo, contact Liverpool Tower 126.350, cheerio.
126.35, Golf Foxtrot Romeo, thanks very much for your ATC, good evening. Just get trimmed to 126.35, here we go. Boom, 126.35. Liverpool Tower, good evening, Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo, established with you, correction, 27. I was looking for the...
Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo, good evening, Liverpool Tower, surface wind 220 degrees, 5 knots, runway 27, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 27, Golf Foxtrot Romeo. I was looking for my DME. I was looking for my distance to give him, but I hadn't changed the other one there as well. Okay, so never mind. Sound like a fool on radio. That's nothing new. We need some gear down now. Let's just make sure that we reduce the speed of the aircraft enough that it's out of the white arc, so I'm going to go gear down now, and the gear is going to help us slow down even further. So with the gear down now, I can go now max RPM and begin bringing in the throttle to maintain a speed, because the gear coming down is enough drag to slow us down effectively. And as I continue, I'm going to then bring in some flaps. So I'm going to go, my first set of flaps is set, and that completes my approach checklist. Just make sure that I'm holding on to that glide slope, and I'm going to move over to my landing checklist, which is flaps are set and checked. Final approach speed is 75 knots, which I am above, so I won't worry about that right now. And then touch down the mains first, and then lower the nose gently, braking at minimum required. Okay. So just under 100 knots. I think I remember the first time I came here on my YouTube channel was in the A2A Cherokee. Way back in, it was probably P3D version 3 or something crazy like that. A little bit below the glide, but that's okay. I'd rather be below than above. Get some, yeah, I don't want to be too far below, but my pappies seem okay. I'm going to go with what my pappies say at this point. Okay, a little bit low, so let's just start thinking about holding. And we've got a little bit of a left crosswind here. Start trimming a little bit. Let's go one more notch of flaps, and that's going to change my trim, but I'm going to compensate with my yoke. And there's the speed bleeds off a little bit more. And there you can see my crosswind is now a little bit more pronounced as I get slower. And I'm going to aim for touching down abeam the pappies. And there's the white markers coming to... And then I go idle on the throttle. And I just let the aircraft bleed that speed off, touching my gear down, and try to maintain center line. Could have been slightly better, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it was okay. Okay, just decelerate, flaps go up, and make sure...
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, vacate right onto Echo.
Vacate right onto Echo, Golf Foxtrot Papa. Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Right, let's get up this. And let's put that across to one side. He says echo. And we also will have ground on 121.905. So let's do that. Let's lean for ground operations. And we have a good RPM for ground ops, so that's fine. As we come off the let's go flaps up, landing light as required. Aux boost pump goes off. Strobe goes off, which is the one.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, contact Liverpool ground 121.95.
121.95, thanks, Golf Foxtrot Romeo. Liverpool ground, good evening, Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo is with you, just vacated onto Echo.
Golf Lima India Foxtrot Romeo, Liverpool ground, very good evening to you, Taxi GA Apron, Alpha and Link Kilo.
Taxi GA Apron, Alpha and Kilo for Golf Foxtrot Romeo, thanks. Alright, so that's pretty simple. Aux boost pump is off, elevator trim is set to neutral, and we'll do the shutdown checklist on the apron. There's some traffic there on VATSIM. And Y is... no, it's not flashing. That's just whenever I change the camera. Let's just bring my RPM down again. Don't want to be overspeeding. Yeah, that flicker is just whenever I change camera. And there's some traffic, I believe. And that's a something going somewhere. That's what I know. Nice, beautiful atmospheric lighting. I did a recent live stream with the DC-6 in Switzerland, and I was having a lighting issue, and it's apparently changed now. I no longer have that issue, but maybe that was just a lighting issue attached to the DC-6 and that specific livery. I'm not sure. I know Sim Update 5 has screwed a few things around for various people, and you know, it's kind of hard at this point sometimes to know exactly how things have happened. Anyway, so we're just taxiing up Alpha now. If I just bring across, we can see there we're taxiing up Alpha, and we'll take a left hand on Kilo, and we'll be done for this evening. So thank you very much, guys, for joining. It's been a fun little offline, or off-stream, shall I say, flight. Back like I used to do it in the old days, IFR in a small aircraft across the UK at night in adverse weather conditions. But it was pretty chill. It was pretty chill. I knew what to expect. I kind of knew what was going to hit me before it hit me. And the controllers were all very competent. They were clear sounding on radio, and they didn't have tons of traffic to deal with at the same time as trying to deal with me. So I think all in all, apart from the very ragged attempt at holding my centerline on takeoff at Dublin, that was pretty horrible. But I do know that there's some sort of long-standing aerodynamics bug with Microsoft Flight Simulator where once your aircraft hits about 50 knots of acceleration on the runway...
Ground, good evening, it's EV26 Echo, an A320 on stand 2, information Lima, request clearance.
Is this Kilo?
Easy,
no, this is
Echo, Liverpool ground, very good.
This is Lima.
To Dublin via the Wallace C2 Tango departure.
This is Lima, just here. I want Kilo, which is...
EV26 Echoes clear to Dublin on the Wallace C2 Tango departure, squawk 4457. EV26 Echo.
This one here I want.
EV26 Echo, read back correct call, we're ready for push and start.
Thank you, we'll call ready for push. EV26 Echo.
Yeah, the VATSIM ATC is just stellar. I mean, you hear the quality of those transmissions and the fact that there's no lag. There's no lag at all in those transitions. Those transmissions, absolutely beautiful stuff. Okay, I'm going to turn left, and I'm going to park up just underneath this area of light. And this is almost exactly where I started a previous video in the non-turbo version of the Arrow. So yeah, I'm really enjoying Microsoft Flight Simulator. I just really am yearning after some real good, solid, study level aircraft, as we all are, I believe. So yeah, Liverpool ground just shutting down at GA Apron. Thank you very much for ATC, and good evening, Golf Foxtrot Romeo.
Golf Foxtrot Romeo, you're welcome. Take care and enjoy the rest of your Friday.
Alright, so that's it from me, guys. Thank you very much for joining. I'm going to go with the shutdown checklist now. I'm going to go parking breaker set, avionics. Let's turn those off. Well, actually, yeah, best way to turn off avionics is actually just flick those. Off with the transponder, off with the ADF, off with that. Well, that goes off like that, and then you dim that down. Propeller max RPM, engine idle, and then mixture idle cutoff, and then once the prop stops spinning, so that the cylinders aren't firing, we turn off the mags, and then we do securing the checklist, securing the aircraft checklist. Oh, off with the bat. And of course, Microsoft Flight Simulator likes to pause and give me the menu because it thinks I'm done. But there we go. There is a completely shut down aircraft, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Mantok Productions, and I hope to be releasing more content such as this soon. More content on P3D version 5.2. More content on Microsoft Flight Simulator with this aircraft and with the DC-6 from PMDG. All on VATSIM. Yeah. Looking forward to getting back into some sort of swing of normality. Whatever that actually is for me. Anyway, have a good evening, folks, and a good weekend.